So,
Okay, sorry. Okay, it's recording.
all right, great. Luis, before you got here, we were just talking about what we were working on this week. I did my JUnit and servlets, and can you guys see my screen okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yes.
And so I don't know if you guys have done this one yet, but I had some crazy trouble getting on my services, getting Apache Tomcats running, but I finally got it working. Have you guys done the servlet portion yet?
No.
Okay.
That looked hard.
It's a tough one because you have to use a servlet is basically just use Java with your web page, and so you take a web page and you integrate Java into your coding with it. And so in order to get it to run and to function on Apache, on NetBeans, you have to get this Apache Tomcat up and running. And so
let me ask you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you using XAMPP? Because we use XAMPP in the backend web development. So Apache Tomcat was already running.
Oh yeah.
Did you use that?
I didn't know. I've always done NetBeans for all of mine. So Luis, I don't know if you used the other one either.
Well, yeah.
I've only used
NetBeans, we used XAMPP for Apache and Tomcat.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll send you. Go ahead. Go ahead, Rob.
Oh, you'll need XAMPP for the backend web development cloud.
Okay. So I guess with this one, everybody that I talked to was using NetBeans, so that's the one I did for here. And then Apache and Tomcat had some trouble with NetBeans IDE 10. And so I actually found 3 or 4 links that I'll send to you guys. I'm just going to go in and copy, and I'll paste it into the email to send over to you. Mm-hmm. Because you download Apache Tomcat 9, and then there's 4 or 5 other steps to go through to get it running. But once I got it going, it wasn't bad. And then you just go in and first off, when you create, I went over here and created a new project, but instead of doing a normal Java project, you use it. So normally we're up in here, use a Java web, and you create the web application. And so from there, it pops up and it starts you off with an index page. And so really, if for servlets, you're using 2 different, so there's the libraries you use, but using 2 different, sources where I want to go here. So you're going back and forth between these 2 different pages. So you have your Java unit, let's see, let me open up my servlet so you can see it here. These are my JUnits. Let me close these out.
So you did new and then Java package?
No, it's so I went to new project. And instead of Java package, I did the Java web.
Java web.
Yep.
Right. Oh, I see it now. Yeah, I got it. Okay.
And so really you're bouncing back and forth between these 2 pages, and this is where you write your code. So the index is basically your web page, and it's very simple. So if you guys have taken any web classes, this is all just HTML. And so you're just going to link everything from category. So I did a really silly one, but I just did different, where somebody could input different gun manufacturers. Most of what you do is going to be over here. And so when you create, so when you're on an index page and you come over and you're going to do a new Java unit, it will pop up and automatically import all of these for you, which was kind of nice. So inside of here, I created a new Java program and it imported all of these.
JavaX.
Yep. And then I went through, and this is where you actually write the Java. And so it automatically imports your servlet and it starts running Apache in the background. So you can see it builds
It's Apache for you. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. And so it runs Apache for you. And so here is where you start to link everything that you wrote on your index page into here. So I did my string categories. I built all of those. And then you have your system outputs. And so I'll show you kind of how it works. So if you just come over.
You had to change the port number.
Yeah, when I first set it up, and those instructions I'll send over to you guys, when I first set it up, it comes set to default port 8005 and 8080.
Okay, it should be fine then.
Yeah, so I just set mine to be the same. And so you come over here to run, and it takes some time the first time you run, so don't freak out. And then I'll show you the web page here once it opens up.
Oh, yeah, you're running 8080 on Apache.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got concerned because I got fiber internet here at work, and I thought I screwed something up because it takes 45 minutes. Okay, so it's just really basic. You just type in the category. You're going to put in a manufacturer. You're going to put in
something.
Yeah, something, anything you want, and then you can put in a 9mm caliber, and then it just says display. And then you can see I named it my servlet, and so the title will pop up, and it just inputs the information you put in there. I mean, it's I imagine all I'm going to get is basic, but I was just looking for something so basic. And so basically just a servlet works with your website. And so I'm assuming you could set it up to where you can create and store this data. I just went to look for something so basic to where you could just show that the servlet is working with a web page. So yeah, that's it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
And the other one I worked on this week was the JUnit, but I'm still working on that. I haven't got it quite up and running yet. So how about you guys? What were you working on?
This week I haven't started yet.
Oh, awesome. Well, once I got the servlet up and running, and I got Apache's up and running, it actually went pretty quickly.
Really?
And so I'd recommend doing that one. And then the JUnit, so far,
JUnit should be pretty, straightforward. NetBeans generates the code for you.
Yeah. The only thing I did wrong the first time is when I built my test, I didn't do it as a test unit, as a test package. And so I had to go through and redo that. And so I finally learned you come into your subfolder, and then you can do it. And instead of doing another one, you do a JUnit test. That's the only thing I figured out so far. But I've still got to write. I've still got to figure out how to get it.
You can actually run the test. It's
okay. Yeah.
It will show like NetBeans will show like a window with all the tests you have, if it's passed or not.
Yeah.
It's actually very nice.
There's something wrong with mine because when I go to run the test, it says no main class found, and so I did something wrong, and so I got to work.
Don't run it. I think you have to. There's like a menu that says test.
Oh,
test
okay.
file.
Maybe that's what I was doing wrong.
Test file. But you have that.
Oh, there it is.
I just saw it.
Okay. Oh, now it's running the test. Hey, thanks.
Oh, good. There you go. Yeah, I did.
There's another Java course. I don't remember the number now. 262, I think. And it's precisely about this JUnit. I think I have a PowerPoint from the teacher that gives you like a step-by-step explanation.
Oh, cool. I'd love if you would share that.
I can share that. It's BYU material, so it should be allowed. And
always, right?
I'll put that on our group files then.
Okay. Hey, look, it finished and was successful. Cool.
Yeah, and you should have a tab here on the output for the tests, I guess. At least I had it on my side. It's
mine's down here, but it says test run 5, failure 0, error 0, skip 0. Okay, cool.
Interesting. Okay. And when you run your tests, you go against, imagine you have like a bunch of class files that have logic inside.
Okay.
So these are the best ways. Are the best classes to test, because these classes or methods, they only have logic. They don't mess up with databases or this. They do calculations.
Okay.
So I don't remember exactly, but you right click on top of these classes and you say generate JUnit test.
Okay, I'll try that.
So imagine you have, method A and method B, and you know that on method A you have to input a number and you expect some sort of output. So you go inside your JUnit and you actually say this is the expected result.
Okay,
So you
that's
can
helpful.
run JUnit every time, many times, and if you do something in your code that goes, out of the boundaries of your, test, it will immediately, warn you that your method is not behaving as expected.
Okay, that's helpful.
But when you see the PowerPoints I'm going to send you, this will be even more clear.
Okay, thank you. And I'm just sending over. So these are the notes to get Apache working with Tomcat. I'm just sending it over in the email string for today. So yeah, that was me. That's me this week.
Thank you.
So right now I'm looking to see how to share a video.
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Where's the link at?
And there's a button saying share on left. It's green button.
The green button in the bottom of the screen. See that there?
You can share the screen or share an application. You choose.
Nice. All right. What am I working on? That page there, I think. Oh, that's probably my grades. Oh, that's the one I want to share. NetBeans. So, yeah. Oh, you know what I can do is bring up XAMPP real quick. And this is what you're going to need for the back-end web development. So I guess it doesn't need to be that large. So you already have Apache, and Apache, and oh yeah, I'm using 80 and 4433. MySQL, FileZilla, and Tomcat's on there.
Okay. We can only see your NetBeans in case you were wondering. So
you can't see it?
We only see your NetBeans. We don't see.
Oh, okay. In Hangouts, it would. Oh.
I guess you shared the NetBeans only.
Yeah, I think you shared just the NetBeans instead of the screen. So.
All right. Let me look again.
So, Luis, while I was looking for that, we were talking before you got into. From what I understand, is it only possible to get basic on all of our assignments so far? Have you gotten anything above a basic yet?
No, okay. In the first 4 weeks, I was not able to deliver any of the fluency reports.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but then because I was, dealing with another course and another group, didn't work. So, unfortunately. So I did my first 2, but I got no feedback from the instructor.
Okay.
I'm not even completely sure if I'm doing this right. I checked his video again, and I sent the fluency report, but he said nothing.
Okay.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah. So on mine, what I've gotten, so I've turned in 7 so far. 5 have been graded, and all of them I've gotten basic. And he said very kind things. This is great. What I'm looking for. So I think it's only possible at this point to get basic on all of our programs. And then after week 10, when we turn them on, then we try and improve on it. So
yes, I would say so.
Okay, it's a little hard trying to figure out how we're doing with the class, but
yes. Unless your fluency report is like you create a full application,
right.
I guess you would not say basic.
Okay,
if that was the case.
That's kind of what I was thinking too. So,
all right. So I think I'm sharing it now.
Okay, this is XAMPP, you said?
This is XAMPP, and this is what you end up using for the back-end web development class.
Okay.
And what they did is they only had us download for NetBeans PHP because some of these other applications use the same ports. Yeah. And that was part of the problem I had with this class is I already had NetBeans. I couldn't get Eclipse working. And NetBeans 8.2, it's what you're using, uses the older Java.
Yeah. Okay.
JDK. It uses 8 instead of 10. I think Apache 9. You're probably using 10 now on the JDK package.
Yeah, I am.
So, but I finally figured out this port situation. So, I forgot. Apache, I'm using 80 and 4433, and then it's Tomcat that uses 8080.
Yeah, those are the ones I have set for Tomcat. Well, apparently when I downloaded it, it comes with Apache and Tomcat. They're both listed on there. So
Right. So, but now that I have the ports figured out, everything works now. It's all green.
oh, cool. Yeah. Well, you already set them.
Yeah, it took a little while to figure it out. It took watching a lot of videos.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time on Google in this class. Just trying to understand. I mean, teaching yourself the different languages has been interesting. So it's fun. I mean, it's challenging, that's for sure. So
it is. It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I was working on was Hibernate, and I posted a thing in. I posted something on the discussion board. Nobody answered. I was wondering what we need to hand in, because here I have. It shows the connection. It's a XML document. It shows the connection, and then it shows the HTML to go along with it. I guess I could. These are the categories. It's the what I connected to was the database we already set up for the back-end web development class.
Okay.
So these categories here, Acme, it's the Acme website, images category. Those are all.
That's the table.
Those were all, yeah, those were columns. Those were columns in the table.
Catalog.
Right. So, and then over here, we had the HTML that goes along with those. But I don't know if this is enough to show him, because there's the XML and then there's the Java. I don't know if we need to write something in here to change data in the database, or what I have is enough.
You know, I don't know either. Actually, I haven't done my Hibernate yet. If it were me, I would upload all of that to my GitHub, every single one of these, and put it in as your sandbox, and then put the only thing I do that's helped me out is on one of these, I right-click and I create an empty file, and I just put some notes of what I learned, really basics. Like, so with my Hibernate, this is what I did, this is what I downloaded. This is where I went through, and every time he's responded back, he really appreciates the notes,
Really?
so he can see that I have a basic understanding of how Hibernate works. So yeah, that's
So
the
you
only.
make notes then.
I do, yeah.
I make video. I made videos.
Oh, I did one this week for my web application for the servlets, because it was too hard to try and put in your notes. Like how I got everything working. So I think either would work, yeah.
Okay.
I'll just hand it in and see what he says.
Okay, can't hurt. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
And see how it turns out. Here's my JUnit test. So I just created a basic function. Yeah, I do that. I just created a really basic function here, and then my test for over here.
Okay.
And then when I run it, it just tests this. I think there were three tests or so I created, because it was such a simple function. And oh yeah, I set it up so two would pass and one would fail.
Okay, that's interesting.
I don't know if you're supposed to do it that way, but
The only thing they said in the notes on the JUnit, to get basic, he wanted to see all the different types of tests that you could run. I'm just trying to pull them up now.
types, how many types of tests are there?
Let me pull up the
assertion. It's the assertion.
yeah, thank you, the assertions.
Yes. You can assert if a condition is true or false, or if there's many kinds.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Actually, a JUnit explaining this.
I tested for every possible event for the function.
okay.
So there were only three possible outcomes.
So that's why I wrote 3 or 4 different ones. I'm just seeing if I can pull it up here.
Yeah. And then I think I did the JSON also, but oh yeah, there's the comma delimited file, and then here's my JSON package. Oh, there's a JSON read and a JSON write. That's right.
Okay. We're in the J unit. He just said he wants to see a program that incorporates all the different assert methods. These include assert equals, assert false, assert doesn't equal, assert not null, assert not same, assert null, assert same, assert that, and assert true. So I think as long as your tests include all that, you should be able to get basic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah. So here's my JSON write and JSON read classes. So they read and write to that other file, to the example file. I use motorcycles. Nice. So it just has a year, brand, and model. Sort of like you did guns. That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all different, you know.
All right. So yeah, I guess I'll just hand stuff in and see how it goes.
Yeah, I would.
How many do you have, Luis?
I'm sorry, I was responding to somebody else here. Can you repeat the question?
How many do you say you've handed in and passed so far? Passed off?
Two.
Just
but
two?
Because I'm in Ireland this weekend with no family, so Saturday is going to be full of doing this fluency reports. I'll deliver many.
Great, yeah.
Many of these technologies I already work daily, so it should be fairly easy.
It should go pretty quickly. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
You're in Ireland this week, you said?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm from Portugal, but I'm in Ireland.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I was looking to see. I submitted one last week, but I don't know. I forget where we need to look. I still only have a 31% in a class. So.
Yeah, I'm not that far above you. I think mine. I have 7 submitted, 5 graded, and then if you go to the project itself, and then you click on. Let's see here.
Share your screen.
Okay, let me pull it over here. Hold on, my computer's waking up.
Because right now I thought he said something had been graded, but I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing. I think it says 20%, but I'm not seeing all the categories and whether.
Okay, so I found it the other day. So if you come over, you can see my screen now, yeah?
Yes.
All right, so if you come over and look at the assignment itself. Let's see, I think it was in.
Oh, got it. It's the one all the way to the right.
Yep, and so you can see these are the ones that I've submitted so far, and so all I've gotten on all of them is basic. But he has some nice comments. I really like what you've done. Your program does a really nice job. I haven't turned in Hibernate yet, and so I just turned in these 2 this week, so hoping to get grades back. But yeah.
Okay, so I passed 4 so far, but I think I've handed 6. So there's 2 I probably need to work on still.
Yeah. So from what I understand, I haven't all of them I've turned in so far. He's given me basic on, and so I think if you don't get basic, he'd put in the comments there what you still need to do to get basic, is what I understand. So.
Right. Yeah. So the JSON or the JUnit test, I didn't pass.
Okay.
He says I'm getting close.
I imagine you would just need to do a few more of those assert methods, and you should be all right. So.
Yeah, it says I'd like to see you demonstrate 5 or 6 of them in your test.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know if it's 5 or 6 functions or 5 or 6 tests.
5 or 6 assert tests. Yeah. Is that what you understand, Luis?
Yeah.
Okay.
I only did 3 because there are only 3 possible outcomes for my function.
Yeah, so that's why I wrote a different, so I wrote a couple of different functions. So you can see my assert here. I've got the equals, the assert false or assert true, assert not null, assert null, assert same, assert not same, and then assert array equals. Because in my actual test, so I had to write a few different ones. I did one to measure a rectangle, a value for the string value, and then I could get
You
to
also test negative.
Oh,
tests,
yeah.
like exceptions, because if you give it an invalid number,
Right.
you have to test this. You can test this.
That's a good point. Thank you.
Wait a second. So are you saying you need to do, so you did hash map and, oh, you're saying different types of values then? Are you saying 5 or 6 tests for the same type of value?
You could do a couple of different values. I don't know if it matters. I think he just wants to see a lot of the different tests. So you can see if if the number they put in was false or true, whether it's an even or an odd number. You can do null or not null. So yeah, I think they just want to see the different types of asserts in there. So
yeah, all right. So yeah, let me bring mine back up. If I can find it. I can see how to, share the screen again. Get my NetBeans back up. There we go. I'll get the J-test back. Yeah, that's the thing. I only did a simple one basic function, but I guess that's why you turn it in multiple times.
Yeah, that's just it. I keep working on it. So
because I just did 3 tests that were not really all that complicated.
Yeah, let's just throw a couple more in there and try the different null, not null, whatever. Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Well, guys, I got guys starting to come into the office, so I need to head. But anything else we need to discuss this week, or?
I don't think so.
Okay, I guess we'll try again next week. So.
Do you know if any other team members or group members they are still in the course, or?
I don't know. I don't know for sure. I haven't heard back from anybody else. I really appreciate you posting the recordings too. I know last week I couldn't make it. So I hope I'm on a good schedule now, so I hope to be able to make it in every week. And I guess we'll just keep doing like this and share what we're working on and what we need help with.
Okay.
Well, I know Joel Anderson. We've been in 4 or 5 classes together, but I reminded him about the meeting this morning that I don't know.
Okay.
Everything is cool.
Okay.
All right. See you next week.
See you next week. Bye, guys.
Okay. Bye-bye.